Well, it's January 2nd, 2009, and this is the first episode of Mondo Modular of the new year, and the first one I've done in quite a while. So thank you very much for checking it out. As you can see behind me here on both sides, the laboratory has gotten a little bit more stuffed with equipment. I'm very, very pleased with many of the most recent acquisitions in the last couple of months. That would include the .com Q960 sequencer and an entire new shelf of ModCan equipment, along with the Sindustries Xeroscillator, which is what I'm going to take a look at right now, along with a few other things. So basically, in order to free up my hands for today, what I've done is I've used the sequencer to run the Xeroscillator. So I'll just talk through as I go along here, and I'm really probably just do more music today than anything else because I got a really nice little sequence going. But at the same time, I'm also going to adjust a few things as I have the Xeroscillator going into two different delays, the ModCan digital delay as well as the ModCan analog delay. And they both have a different sound. They both kind of do different things. I'm also going to change the filtering a little bit on the Xeroscillator. Well, actually, of course, it's not a filter on the Xeroscillator. You have a bias switch along with some other stuff to control modulation, because that's FM synthesis. Doesn't have a filter really. But I do have it going through a filter nonetheless in the ModCan, as you'll see. In fact, I'm going through two filters right now because I'm going through two different outs on the Xeroscillator, affecting each one differently and sending in each one to a different channel left-right. But as this is YouTube, I assume it is going to be in mono. Hey, it's the first widescreen edition of Mondo Modular. Much nicer, isn't it? Gives me a little more space to work in here. As you can see, well, not in 3D yet, but I could use more space right now with all these cables and everything going around in here. But I got more keyboard here. You can see here. I'm currently on the Xeroscillator now. I am going to adjust the linear FM adjust. Ooh, something just happened. Also, you can hear when I switch the bias on the Xeroscillator, you'll hear what happens to it. It goes from, this is the high bias. That's the medium switch. Ooh, a little spookier. And I just hit the low bias there. So if you're used to working on a DX7 or something, you have some idea what bias is, and if you haven't, well, I'm just not the guy with the technical know-how to explain it to you, sorry. But it's, you know, hey, let's go back up to high for a moment to get that nice little more bellish sound going there. I'm also going to play with the ModCan dual multi-mode filter. Uh-oh, we got us a boring static sequence here, don't we? Time to play with that a bit. also nice is to mess with the dual quantizer that I'm going through right now. So I'm just going to lift that a bit. This is the analog super delay. Note that I have the mix all the way to wet right now. I don't want you to hear the difference. Right now I'm going out of the Modcan Dual VDO into the Zer oscillator through the linear FM input. So I'm going out the A and the B here. So there's two oscillators in here, a little bit like the PPG wavetable kind of stuff. I've got both waves here going, so changing the wave will make a big effect on the Zer oscillator. There you have the magic of FM synthesis. And you know, hey, the chair, you know what? I've discovered that I much more enjoy doing this standing up. And I don't know if it's because I'm, easier to get caught up in the cables here. But, the chair just gets in the way. I kept getting up anyway. So for now, I've just put the chair back in the other room. And I just stand here and I do this. So I don't know, it feels like I'm getting some exercise now, instead of just standing in front of a bunch of knobs and patch cables and whatnot. Anyway, I thank you very much again for watching, if you did watch. And I look forward to doing some more of these in the year ahead. I hope 2009 sees a few more episodes than I did in 2008. And as always, appreciate your patience with me, just kind of figuring out how things go and how things work with the camera rolling.